Imagine waking up every single morning in a strange bed next to a man you don't recognize. You stumble to the bathroom, expecting to see a 20-something girl in the mirror, but instead, a middle-aged woman with lines around her eyes stares back at you. You have no idea who she is. You have no idea who you are. This is the terrifying reality for Christine Lucas. Every time she goes to sleep, her memory is wiped clean. Her past is a black hole. Every morning, the man in the house explains that his name is Ben. He tells her he is her husband, that they have been married for years, and that a terrible car accident years ago stole her ability to form new memories. He is patient, kind, and protective. He tells her she is safe, but then, after Ben leaves for work, the phone rings. The voice on the other end belongs to a man named Dr. Nash. He tells Christine that he is a neuropsychologist and that they have been working together in secret for weeks. He directs her to a wardrobe in the bedroom, to a hidden shoebox. Inside, buried beneath tissue paper, is a journal. When Christine opens the book, she sees her own handwriting, but it's the first page that stops her heart. Written in blue ink, in bold, terrified capital letters, are 3 words: "Don't trust Ben." As Christine begins to read her own diary, a different story begins to emerge. One far more complex and frightening than the simple life Ben describes every morning. Through the pages, she learns that she has been having flashes of memory. She sees a woman named Claire, her best friend, whom Ben claims moved away years ago. She sees a red flash of violence. But the most shattering revelation comes when she reads an entry about a child. Christine discovers she had a son named Adam. When she confronts Ben about this that evening, his face crumples. He tells her that, yes, they had a son, but that Adam died in Afghanistan, a soldier killed in action. He explains that he hides the photos to spare her the agony of learning about her son's death every single day. Christine is crushed by grief for a son she cannot remember. But she is also moved by Ben's apparent love and the burden he carries. He seems like a saint, a man sacrificing his own happiness to protect her broken mind. However, the journal keeps pushing her to dig deeper. Dr. Nash takes her to the places of her past, the old house she lived in, the care facility where she spent years in a near catatonic state. With each visit, jagged shards of memory return. She remembers an affair. She remembers a hotel room in Brighton. She remembers blood. The story Ben told her about a car accident begins to crumble. Dr. Nash reveals the police report. Christine wasn't hit by a car. She was found in a hotel room, brutally beaten and left for dead. She had been attacked. The confusion becomes unbearable. Is Ben lying to protect her from the trauma of the assault, or is he hiding something darker? Desperate for answers, Christine tracks down her old friend Claire's phone number, a number Ben claimed didn't exist. With trembling hands, she dials. When Claire answers, the dam breaks. Claire hasn't moved to New Zealand as Ben claimed. She's been trying to reach Christine for years. And then, Claire drops the bombshell. She tells Christine that Ben didn't stay. He couldn't handle the condition. He divorced Christine years ago. Christine freezes. If Ben left her, who is the man living in her house? Who is the man sleeping in her bed? Claire asks Christine to describe him. Christine describes the man she sees every morning. Dark hair, no scars. Claire's voice turns to ice. She tells Christine that the real Ben has a prominent scar on his face. The man in the house is not Ben. Panic sets in, primal and immediate. Christine realizes she is trapped in a house with a stranger who has been pretending to be her husband, rewriting her history and controlling her entire existence. But before she can escape, he comes home. He tells her to pack a bag. He says they are going on a trip for their anniversary. Terrified and with no other option, Christine gets in the car. He drives her to the coast, to Brighton, back to the scene of the crime. They check into a seedy hotel. As they enter the room, the layout triggers a violent wave of déjà vu. The checkered tiles in the bathroom, the view of the pier. This is the room where it happened. This is where she lost her life. The man drops the act. He isn't Ben, he is Mike, Years ago, Christine had an affair with Mike. She had tried to end it, to go back to her husband and son, but Mike wouldn't let her go. In a fit of jealous rage, he beat her nearly to death in this very room, causing her amnesia. Now, Mike claims he did it all for love. He claims he rescued her from the care home using fake papers because he was the only one who truly wanted her. He has been living with her, playing the role of the doting husband, editing her life to make her love him. But he has found the journal. He knows she is remembering. Mike's tenderness evaporates. He realizes he can never make her love him as long as she has the journal anchoring her to the truth. He attacks her, desperate to destroy the book and, if necessary, her. A brutal struggle ensues. Mike tries to burn the journal, the only proof of Christine's existence. Christine fights back with everything she has, not just for herself, but for the husband and son she now knows are out there. She manages to smash a heavy object over Mike's head, incapacitating him, but the room is already catching fire. As the flames rise and consciousness fades, Christine holds on to one final thought. She remembers. She remembers Ben. She remembers Adam. She remembers who she is. Christine wakes up in a hospital bed. The sterile lights hum above her. A figure steps forward. It is a man with a scar on his face. It is Ben, the real Ben. He is older, tired, but his eyes are filled with love. He holds her hand, tears streaming down his face, apologizing for leaving her, for not being strong enough back then, and promising never to leave her again. And then another figure enters. A young man, he's alive. It is Adam. He wasn't killed in the war. That was just another one of Mike's lies to isolate her. Her son is grown up, real, and standing right there. For the first time in years, Christine looks at her family and doesn't just see strangers. She sees her history. She holds her son, and as she drifts off to sleep, she isn't afraid of the dark. She knows that when she wakes up tomorrow, she might forget again. But now she has her family, the truth, and a new journal to remind her that she is loved, she is safe, and she is finally home.